of nature itself.
What a strange person.
Unbelievably powerful supercomputer that's running our reality, and we don't have a clue as to how to operate it.
So when maybe you or somebody else creates an AGI system and you get to ask her one question, what would that question be?
What's outside the simulation?
Say in your mind, say to yourself, I am more than my physical body, because I am more than physical matter. I can perceive that which is greater than the physical world.
Welcome to Lighting the Void.
Broadcasting live from Daytona Beach, Florida. This is Lighting the Void, and I'm your host, Joe Rupe. And it's Cosmic Conditions, and we're live tonight on the New Moon broadcast here with Mary Dusina. It's July the 28th, deeper into the late night, heading on into the 29th. And I want to thank all of you for listening to the broadcast. We've been doing this for a long while. You can go to Mary's website at marydusina.com, MaryDusina. I got to make a quick announcement to the Patreons of this show, especially for the ones that have stayed with me throughout the whole way. And I apologize to those that have been disappointed. However, once you guys make your membership payment this month, your donation or your pledge, starting September, the new site is going to be at joerupe.com, and that's where all the meditations and the guided audios, and if you've been wondering where I've been, that's what I've been working on, and I've worked my ass off on this stuff, and so I'm going to reward those people that have stayed with me from the beginning, because they deserve it, with pretty much all of that stuff I worked on for free. But you got to make your pledge on Patreon this month, and then we're going to switch over. All right, so let's get this going. The call-in number tonight is 1-800-588-0335. Don't call in until Mary says so. We got to hear what's going to happen. What's up, Mary?
That's so funny. It so fits my personality. Don't call in until Mary says so.
I mean, you can. You're just going to sit on the line forever, but, you know.
No, I love it. Listen, business up front, party in the back. Second hour is the party when Joe and I let it, and the great I am allows it to be all about you. But the first hour is the business part of the show, where we have to let me be the astrologer that helps you long after your little question that you want in July of 2022, or about July and August of 2022, that's all hot and got you going right now, and you've been flipping your cards and, you know, having dreams and doing astral travel and wondering and maybe bit your nails with a little bit of anxiety. So the first hour is to try to give you the star map. We're going to talk about the themes and the insights of how the Leo lunation, the beauty of the Leo lunation, which is the strongest one of a year, because the sun, as we say in ancient astrology, governs or rules Leo. So, and Leo is Latin for lion. So, hello, audience. I love the Leo new moon every year. I love it.
Yeah.
One of my
Leo energy is good energy, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Oh, gosh, yes. I mean, I when I was a kid, I would be drawing winged Pegasus and winged lions, and I, of course, didn't figure that out in my young age until I got older and started looking into the holistic, metaphysical things of it all. So let me, right off the bat, say, because Leo's magical energy is gratitude and generosity. So just breathe that in for a minute. What are you grateful for? I don't want to hear grumbling about, I don't have anything to be grateful for. You know, you're breathing, aren't you? So just shut up. So gratitude is the magic that opens up the Leo treasure box over the next 4 weeks. Okay, so we'll have the full moon in Aquarius, which is the polarity and the yang balance, the electrical yang balance to the sign of Leo. Leo and Aquarius are brothers. And so when we come to the full moon, we'll have the sun and moon at opposite or polarity, bringing out the fire in the air. Okay, you can't have a fire without oxygen, and so it's what we're breathing, and it's what we're wishing. And new moons, when the sun and moon marry or kiss at the new moon, they're in the same sign, so it fortifies or strengthens that particular sign's magic energies, and it's an elixir for alchemy. So Leo's ability to alchemize, especially when you've been hit by like a disappointment or a loss or something in your life, because we all have Leo in our chart, and the big signs this month are Leo and Taurus. I'm going to talk about that. That's the big spotlights this month, where you have Leo and where you have Taurus. Write that down. So if you can move into the frequency, everything in this life is frequencies, your moods, your feelings, your intentions, your sadness, your disappointments, your rage, your angers, our patterns, it's frequency. So when you're alchemizing, and I happen to speak stars, I happen to do shamanic meditations and help people, cut cords psychically and undo emotional knots. That's the work that I've found that I have strength in. So Leo is about, when it comes up with an alignment, even though traditional astrologers would call that a 90-degree angle of a square, I'm going to give you the metaphysical definition of the 90-degree aspect called the square. Squares in our astrological birth wheel and also in life when they come up, which is what we have coming up with the triple conjunction of the Taurus coming up against the Leo stuff. The square is where we can get boxed inside of ourselves, where we feel trapped inside of ourselves. So that's the way that's going to manifest cosmically, psychologically, magically. The opposition, so you double that 90 degrees, an opposition of when the planets and signs are opposite each other is usually an external example, or an external person or situation or thing can trigger what's inside of us. You can't get triggered unless it's inside of you. If it's living inside of you, that's how someone can trigger you or something can trigger you. So the opposition is coming from an outside energetic signature. The square, which is one of the things that's going on with this dynamic of July 28th into the Lionsgate portal of August the 8th, what's happening now is that we're able with this square to not have it as a mystery anymore of where we're getting in our own way. Some of the old statements, you shot yourself and your own self in your foot. Where are we tripping over ourselves? Where are we too hard on ourselves? And we're so ready with this Leo light, this illumination and this light, the king, the royal, the star of Leo, Regulus, which is the heart of the lion that's going to be illuminated by the 21st through the 25th of August. Regulus, the heart of the lion, one of the 4 royal Persian stars in the actual constellation, is saying to us, how long has it been since you realized what you love about yourself? How long has it been since you've taken some time to allow yourself to up-level or do something nice for your own self? I mean, when's the last time you said, I'm going to buy that essential oil or that lotion, or I'm going to, allow myself to go get a new hairstyle, or I'm going to allow myself to just go walk the beach or go hike in the mountains if it's been kind of a budget tight type of scenario. But Leo is about, no matter how grumbly you are, Leo is about you'll intensify the manifestation and the moment of the magic that you want to come towards you if you'll stop focusing in mood, in thought, in words, if you'll stop focusing just on what hasn't happened or how tough it has been. And I'm talking about self-talk. Stuff that you may never say to your partner or your parents or your kids or your friends or your clients or patients or whatever it is you do for a living. Leo is about performance.
Well, and astrally, self-talk too, your higher self would never put you down, ever.
Absolutely.
So in the astral realm, that bullshit comes from other places that have nothing to do with who you really are. Nothing.
Well, when you talk about the shadows and the light, Leo is absolutely luminous light. So I'd like to start out with a little affirmation, and I'd like to start out with visuals. Now, there's different ways you can do this. So you can open your eyes, you can close your eyes, but you can either put your own hand over your heart center. Leo rules the heart. And when you're going out the back door of that chakra, it's going right up, right underneath those shoulder blades when you go to the center of your back. Personally, energetically, I see the actual bones of the shoulder blades as our earthly bone structure for our angelic wings. And maybe you don't see them physically, but, when you look at them in art, there's big old fluffy wings, there's little short wings, but the shoulder blades are a perfect anchor bone for wings that we can have as part of your shamanic visualization. So you can hold your hand over your heart. You can draw a heart in the air. You can just draw it with your non-dominant hand to start drawing a heart in the air if that's what you want to do. I would suggest, since Leo has the infinity symbol and the strength card in the tarot, I would put an infinity symbol going east-west after you've drawn that heart. But I'd like you to close your eyes and just take a real quick, deep inhale, and just hold that for a moment. And I'm going to give you both an Aramaic, Judaic chant, then I'm going to do it for you in Latin, and I'll tell you what it means. Breathe in. Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Sabaoth, Sanctus, 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 Dominus Due. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God of all hosts. Heaven and earth sing and praise your glory. So Leo is the glory and the light that got you here inside the earthly vessel. Taurus is your earthly vessel. Taurus is the body. Taurus is Mother Earth. Taurus is the energetic signature of our earthly walkabout. So when you breathe in, when you're in the Leo season, start to add color to your breath. Start to work with golds. Start to work with purple violet ray type of energy, because the Leo royal colors fall into those golden tones and the purple tones. The flower for Leo is the sunflower, and the sunflower is completely edible in nature. And the reason I wanted to do those chants is that it's in every cultural base somehow, where you're praising Great Spirit, or you're praising the Holy Ghost, or you're praising the Great Mystery, or the I Am that I Am, all that is. And so when you start to align yourself with the forces of light as a predominant anchor in your earthly walk, then instead of going just ghost hunting or just UFO trekking or just that, no matter what you're wanting to endeavor to forge a relationship with the paranormal or the supernatural, you have taken it to the top. And you've called in not only your archangels or your higher self, but when you're working with the Almighty I Am frequencies, when you're working with the baptism of fire, then you're burning away the temptation and the demonic and the dark energies, because you, with your God-gifted free will, as a soul this lifetime, you can choose if you want to absolutely go just rack us wild with your dark self and get into everything dark and mean and narcissistic and sociopathic, and people do that. They make that choice because we're given free will. Or you can start to test the spirit by aligning yourself and calling forth and summoning the light as your shield.
Hopefully people would realize, if you're an adult by now, that there's consequences to that stuff. We think we're going to get away with all this stuff, and we do for a while until the karma wraps around you and your life, and you're like, oh, this is why. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that's part of the temptation. That's part of the temptation. And I'll tell you something I've noticed, not only in my own mystical path working and journey. But also in most of the clients and friends that I've worked with, when they really start to get serious about saying, okay, Mary, I want to study with you. I want to teach. Tell me about a book. Tell me about a course. Tell me about this. It is true that you'll be drawn to the personality and the style of that astrologer or teacher or reader or Reiki master.
Yeah.
You'll even call them into your life. You'll call them into your life, and because the frequency, again, going back to the freedom of the frequencies, when you make a commitment that you want to get to know the higher and the best aspects of yourself. Leo is the champion. It's the hero archetype when you're looking at just the light of it. And I personally am not going to spend a long time on the dark side or the shadow side of each one of the signs. You can go anywhere and go look that up in books, on YouTube, on Pinterest, wherever you want to. Mm-hmm. But the Leo energy, a lot of astrologers with this new moon's degree, it's at 538, and they're relating it to the Five of Wands, because the way I work with tarot, and I'm certainly not the only and the best, I'm just saying the way I work with tarot, fire for me is the suit of wands. And a lot of astrologers are saying this particular degree of this new moon is falling on the Five of Wands as a card. I'm not seeing that. I looked at it and like, not resonating with me. I saw the Six of Wands, and when you look at that card in Rider Waite or the Golden Dawn, it's the Prince. In the Golden Dawn, they'll switch out usually with the Knight and the King, like they'll bring the Knight into big power. The King has already mastered the elements. So when you look at the Six is a numerological number of security, of like feeling secure on your path. And we've all had that. We've all had times where we feel like that our legs are wobbly as we're going ahead and we're unsure. But then we have another Leo trait, the fuel of faith. So faith is the belief in things not yet seen, not yet heard, not yet felt or experienced. So Leo is about the fire of faith, the fuel of faith. So it's like with Leo and this new moon at 5 degrees 38 minutes, we're committed to the ride. And whether it's a train station or an airport, there's a thing called arrivals and departures at that station when you have impending travel. Even if you're waiting in a line for an amusement ride, there's people that are getting on the ride and there's people that are dismounting from the ride. Same thing from a horse. You mount the horse, you dismount from the horse. With the Leo energies right now, think about whenever you've watched a rodeo on TV or attended a rodeo, and there's this, and there's clowns, and there's horses, and there's barrel racing and all that, and then there's the people that ride the bulls. And that, to me, has always been the most intense and dangerous thing when you're looking at anything with the rodeos. And so right now, I want to give you the imagery of the animal medicine. You've got the lions. And when you think of Ziegfeld and Roy, that made the lions famous in Las Vegas when they did the lion shows out in Vegas, and their whole life is centered around lions and tigers, their whole life, those two guys. And the bull, the bull wants to be left alone. It makes its decisions in its own way. Wherever we've got the bull, wherever our Taurus zone is in our chart, it's where this triple conjunction is going to take place. So we're going to be riding a bull. And I'm trying to give you that visual because with riding the bull, in a rodeo, they kind of click off how long you can stay up on the bull's back, okay? But it's one of the most violent rides. And the dismount, which is where the rodeo clowns come in, that's kind of Leo-y, to distract the bull. They're trying to distract it so the rider doesn't get gored. So because bulls mean business. They're stubborn. They don't want you to force them to do anything they don't want to do. So where you have the house in your star map of Leo, trust me, you're the most fixed, you're the most determined, and it's Earth. It's a big part of this incarnation, this lifetime, to do with the earthy part of you. So it doesn't matter what your sun sign is or your moon sign or your rising sign at this point. I'm not talking about your top three. That only adds impetus to the equation, but just focus on what house you have Taurus in before you start adding planets and aspects and all that, because that's what matters right now. We have a conjunction that's coming together of the North Node and Uranus and Mars, and those three together, the last time they did that was like back in the Babylonian era. So there's a whole lot of stuff that was going on with Alexander the Great. I'm not spending a lot of time on it. Go do your history. I already did. So, but the Taurus energy is saying to you, where have I gotten a little too locked in my comfort zone? Because they took that bull out of the comfort zone of its pasture or its stall, and they drove it over to the rodeo. It's already irritated. Then they've got it in the pen. And then, I don't know if you guys know this, but they have like a cattle prod that they do to agitate the bull before they open the door. You think a guy just gets up on that bull. I went to my first and last rodeo when I saw that that's what they were doing, that they were doing the actual electrical prod, like a taser, for the bull, and that's what makes it freaks out. So, of course, me, I stood up and yelled at the guy, going, what the hell are you doing to that bull? What's wrong with you? Why don't you just let the guy ride the bull? So anyway, I almost got kicked out of the rodeo, but, I'm going to be the voice for animals. So the bull riding right now is that intense part of our life where we're going, holy moly, how am I going to do this with the finances? That's real Taurus-y. How we put peanut butter or jelly on our bread, how we pay for the roof over our head. We already had a bunch of astrologers start talking about since 2018 when Uranus went into Taurus about how things were going to be affecting finances and food. Well, just look what's gone on since then.
Can I just clear up a rumor real quick for any of these people that I don't know why I got to say this, but I grew up rodeoing with my friends, and lots of people say they bind the testicles and all that stuff of a bull, and that's not true. The only reason why that bull is bucking is because there's a sumbitch on its back. That's why.
Exactly. And if somebody was going to do that as a skill, I don't have a problem with that. I only had a problem when the bull was trapped in the pen and they did that electrical rod. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I've been to other rodeos. They don't do that. Let the guy ride the bull. Let it be a fair, like you're saying, that guy's energy with the bull, if you're going to do it at all. But anyway, we digress. But it's
just a rumor that pisses me off. I had to bring it up. That's all.
No, I'm glad you brought it up. Listen, it's so much of I'm definitely not into the woke, criticize before you do your research. It's like, get away from me because I'm a research girl. So don't bring me your opinion because I'll put all my Scorpio at you and put mirrors on you. Believe me, you'll run. So the rodeo that we're in right now is the rodeo of where we've been stuck. Here's the kicker. Where we've been stuck on needing to be right more than actually getting it right. You feel the shift in that energy? Do you need to be a right fighter and fight that, no, my opinion's right or my belief's right or no, this is the only right way to do it versus like, I'm so bored with this in my life. I'm so tired of fighting about this. I want to get it right more than I need to be right. That's when the teachers come. That's when the book falls into your lap. That's when you do the procedure or the meditation or the prayer or the reading or the consult or you start saying, wait a minute, what can I do to not have to be into my ego, that I have to see it just my way, and here's the Taurus shadow, the way I've always done it. How come that's not working for me anymore? Well, because Uranus is in Taurus, and Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and it's the Great Awakener. And I'm going to give you one more little fancy term, then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the signs. A T square or a fixed cross is kind of what's going on because it's involving the fire element of Leo, which is like St. Mark biblically, one of the watchers. And then we've got Taurus, which is fixed earth. And then we've got Saturn in Aquarius, that's fixed air. And then we've got the South Node, which is our familiar comfort zone of, well, when I get stressed, I go shop or I eat or I do drugs or I drink too much or I go have sex or I just disengage from everybody and go into, however you go into escapism, that's where the South Node is. Well, the nodes shifted in January of this year. It's been 19 years since they've been in Taurus and Scorpio. So in our horoscopes, remember I told you to find Taurus? Well, exactly 6 months opposite of that and 6 houses or 6 signs away from the Taurus house that you have in your chart is the Scorpio. So Scorpio right now, here's the beauty of this alchemical recipe. Scorpio's our deepest self. It's the psychic and the psychological chasms, and it's where we go deep into the caverns of our consciousness. And Scorpio in the South Node right now is saying, I can help you, being Pluto ruled, to snap these old patterns, whether it's past lives or what wounded you or fractured you or broke you from a relationship or your parents and all that stuff that wasn't easy in the storybook of your childhood. Bitch, I'm here to help you cut the cord, undo the knot, walk away. You're free. So in this case, the South Node is saying, this is it. This is the time where you get past those patterns, that you're changing the actors and the actresses in your life in the great stage. Stage is Leo, spotlight is Leo, life theater's Leo. We're at Leo.
Now, does it matter that Scorpio's in the 7th house? I mean, right now, or does that even matter? You're just talking about aspects, right?
I'm talking about what do you mean by 7th house?
Well, it just shows me that it's in the South Node of Scorpio, like you're talking about. It's in the 7th house.
And you mean in your personal chart? Because it's not in the 7th house of everybody.
Yeah, no, it's just on the astro clock here, so.
Oh, I got you. Oh, you mean right now? Okay, no. Yeah, okay, technically, if we're in Leo season, okay, right now the ascendant is Taurus. As you and I are doing this show live, the ascendant is Taurus. So right now, as you and I are talking, yes, in the transit, which means right now, the North Node is there in the 1st house, because as Joe and I are doing this show on our time of Eastern Standard Time live, which won't be on the replay, but as we're doing this live, which is the energetic signature, the ascendant right now, the sun and moon are in Leo, and the ascendant is Taurus. So when he and I are doing this show to you, we're involved in the rodeo. We're in the celestial rodeo right now. Yeah. So find the Taurus house zone section of your natal wheel, your nativity, and know that it's been over all this time since Alexander the Great and the Babylonian times that we've had this kind of triple conjunction. So that's all the technical part I want to give you. So the Taurus part of you is saying, it's like Sting's old song, we are spirits in the material world. So the fire, the spirit, the essence is Leo. And the material world that we're looking at right now is, do I really still want to live here? Do I want to stay in this vortex or this portal? Leo is showing you how to bust a move, give it your best shot, do the absolute best, most unique creativity that you can do, whatever your skills. I don't care if you're a bookkeeper, rodeo rider, you teach kids at school. Leo is about the fire of your desires. And think about the symbol of the sun in astrology. Right now, if you just imagine a circle and put a dot in the center of it, the symbol for Leo and the sun, the symbol for the sun is both a halo and an eye. So you draw that circle, and that dot in the middle, when you look at it esoterically, it's the halo with an I, E-Y-E. So the I am, that I am, has to do with our inner eye, the pineal gland, and how we're focusing from our inner light outward into the material world. That's, to me, the beauty of the Leo new moon with this Taurus configuration, because every year, even though there's a new moon in each one of the signs, it's different. Every year there's different motions and orbits of planets. So what we have with this one is we have the dominance of the lion and the bull. The lion and the bull. That's what's coming together right now. So the balance signs to that are the archangel, the Aquarius, the winged man, and the eagle, phoenix, scorpion of Scorpio. So the four, if you happen to be one of the fixed signs, or you have now, we're talking about your top 3, or you happen to be a sun, moon, ascendant, rising sign in Leo, Taurus especially, or Scorpio, Aquarius, this new moon is the paramount new moon for you of this year. But make no mistake about it, regardless of what your sign is, the Taurus zone in your chart, because of this very rare triple conjunction, this lineup of our fortune, our karmic mission, our soul's mission, our vision quest, which is the North Node in Taurus right now that starts in 2022. Hasn't been here for 19 years. We're now graduating. We're not just entering a new class. We had a graduation in January of 2022. We're starting a new 19-year cycle in this life book. And so when we get to February, as I was telling Joe minutes before we started the live broadcast, when we get to February's full moon of 2023, that's the other side of this arched bridge that you and I are talking about right now in late July while we have the heliactic Sirius rising, so we're coming into the great rising of the lion. And so we're going to take this all the way to when the moon will be full in Leo in February of 2023. So I know all of you know that sounds like it's far away, and look how fast the year's flying.
Well, would that be so? With it looks like Mars is in conjunct with the North Node and all that stuff, right? So and Uranus. So wouldn't it be good to say, like, I guess what you're saying is, if you want to manifest something practical or earthly into your life, that you need to do over the next year, like, now is probably the time to do it. I would cast these intentions
now. Some people I know are putting, they're doing a different kind of burning bowl. They go and they buy some bay leaves, the dried bay leaves, and they write down what they want, and then they bless it and do a little burning bowl outside while they're burning the bay leaves, because that's big in magic. You can simply write it down on a piece of paper, and you can light it and douse it with water if you want to do the burning bowl ceremony that way. But the new moon is about, you see, it's the magic, it's the spirit. It's the essence, it's the faith of being able to declare it. Spiritually, when you declare, when you acclaim, when you sound, when you literally give the energy of your soul and your voice into that which you want to create, the first rule of magic is be careful of what you ask for.
Exactly.
You may get it.
Yeah.
So there's an intensity to this, Joe. There's an intensity. You're talking about the royal sign of Leo. You're talking about the royal sign of Leo, the heart of the lion. And we're talking, and so envision your intentions with while you're breathing gold or purple, or see that in the auric egg around you, the oval that surrounds your personal frequencies. Add some gold and purple into that. So it's all aboard. You're committed to the ride. This is now a ride that we're committed to, both the arrival and the departure. So the arrival is the new moon. We are going on the vision quest, so we're actually going forward now, believing, having the fuel of faith, that I'm done with that malaise or that difficulty or that tether around my ankle, Aquarius ankles. I'm letting that go. It's hard for Taurus energy to let things go. They feel secure with things they can control, and that's familiar to them. Like, even if it's crappy, the fact that they can rely on the crappy or rely on the familiar gives them some kind of bizarre psychological security, and it's what makes them OCD.
It's maddening.
Like they're addicted to the habit of it, and what drives them mad and everybody else around them. They're just like, can you not just let that go? Why do you always have to do it just that way?
Can they complain about the situation all the time?
They're stuck.
Yeah, they do nothing to change it. Yeah.
Well, that's what it is, and it's just like you don't want to. Again, I go back to the right fighting. Okay, I've heard that. You've done that. Without shaming or blaming you, you have done that experiment. You have always acted that way when you get into chaos, because you're actually fearing the change. Mm-hmm. So it throws you into chaos to think about the potential change, because to you it's confusing and chaotic that the change could possibly be better than the chaos that you're in.
And it could possibly be a spiritual initiation for you, too.
Oh, my God,
to get you to some place far more free and happier than you've ever been.
Okay, let's look at like we're physicians. Let's look at like we're spirit doctors, okay? If I'm going to go and I'm going to do psychic surgery and I'm going to remove the ailment, I'm going to remove that infected thing that's in somebody's energetic aura, like I do with clients all the time. Here's your infection. There's for the sand spurs in your foot. I can see it psychically. Here's the infection. Are you done with that yet? Are you tired of that yet? You know what? It's become so familiar that you keep going back to it, because see, that never works for me. Here it comes again. I have people say this all the time. And it's like, wouldn't it be nice? Can you even start to just fathom and just imagine for a nanosecond that could leave your life forever? You don't have to keep going back to that angst, that same old, same old. That's the bane of Taurus. It's where we get stuck with, well, the way I deal with my money, or the way I like sex, or the way I have my anger expressed, or the way I don't put up with stuff is blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, okay, been there, done that. How's that working out for you? Are you happy? Let me just ask you one simple question. How happy are you in your life right now? Leo is the happiness. Leo is the humor. Leo is walking in and carrying the light into the room. And Taurus is the bull in the pasture going, I kind of like your light over there. I might want to can I come to your pasture? But it's still hard for the bull to come out of the pasture because he knows his ground. He knows it's familiar there. He knows the grass grows there. He knows the farmer comes at 5 o'clock every day.
Even if you're suffering, they're still.
Exactly. So 5 degrees, now think about this, because since we started this year, we did, Aries was the first sign and Taurus is the second sign. Okay, now Leo is number 5. I find it doubly powerful magically in numerology that this new moon is happening at 5 degrees, and it's the 5th sign in the Western zodiac. So 5 in numerology has to do with the crisis, the chaos, and the conclusion of the changes that we need to go through. Make no mistake about it. Mars is the fuel, the engine that's accelerating this conjunction of the North Node in Taurus, our karmic mission, and Uranus is all about surprise anyway. And so we've got Uranus. Uranus is not well placed in Taurus. Mars is not well placed in Taurus. Those signs are happier in other signs. So although they're weak in the position of Taurus, meaning the stubbornness, being stoic, needing to be right. I'm going to keep saying that. Do you need to be right, or would you like to get it right in your life? That's the shift with the Taurus. And the Leo is saying, listen, you can bring the right people in your life, and you can work a little harder, and you can put your focus over here, because did you not notice that you really have a gift at this? You're really talented at this. Why not invest, Taurus? What are you investing in? And is it a debit or a credit? When you find things getting less than in your life, that's a debit. So go put some more investment in credit into what you know you're really good at. And when you do that, that's your gratitude, that's your generosity, right? And that's what's going to manifest more abundance for you. Leo's all about abundance.
You notice something I've noticed about Taurus, like the Taurus energy too, like you're saying, because my son is a Taurus. They tend to overgive to the things that overtake, and then later they're like frustrated about it. I just want to punch people in the face, or I can't stand people, or I can't stand this world. And I think that's that Uranus energy too, because they're looking at the whole. But
Taurus sometimes, and the Earth sign. Sometimes with Taurus, remember it's the only fixed Earth sign. They try to buy love. They don't know that they're doing that. But they try to buy love, and somehow money gets too involved in that. If I buy this, or I give you these gifts, or I have this much money, that means you love me, right? That means look what I can give you. Look, I'm always giving to you. Why don't you love me? Why am I not number one? And we all know how that ends up. That's no guarantee of anything. But people still do it a lot on their earthly life or on this planet. So, it's like, you can't buy me love. You can't do it. You can give to somebody all your life, and when the spark's gone, and then it starts to be misery, and it's not your fault or their fault. It's just time for a change. And that's David Bowie, the Aquarian energy. Changes. That's what's coming up. So on July 28th today, just a little bit after we had the new moon, Jupiter, our planet of faith and vivaciousness and victory, is turning retrograde for almost 4 months until November 23rd. So it's turning retrograde in Aries, and it's going to back up to the 28th degree of Pisces. So it's going to tell us to review what it is that we've seen since it went into the sign of Aries, what it is that we've seen this year that releases us from frustration, because it went into Aries this year. I'm just checking real quick in my ephemeris. That's our little fancy math book when you're an astrologer. So Jupiter first went into Aries, and it's been 12 years since it was in the sign of Aries, on the 11th of May. So we're going back to look back. You learn astrology faster and your chart faster if you start tracking things of the current year that you're in, because there's so much that goes on in our life. So around May 10th and 11th, Jupiter first went into Aries, hadn't been there for 12 years. Hasn't been there for 12 years. So now it's retrograding at this new moon, and it's going to back up, and it's going to touch into the sign of Pisces, and it's going to enter Pisces. So remember this date, right before Halloween, on October 29th, it's going to back into the sign of Pisces. So that's another reference point. So see how, again, the signs start to be the same? May 11th is Taurus. What's the balance to Taurus? Scorpio, and on October 29th, the Scorpio light is going to kick on about this whole Jupiter retrograde. So when it retrogrades from Aries beginnings into Pisces, deep, deep magical revelations, prayers being answered, it's a good thing. Jupiter retrograde is a good thing. Retrogrades, if people would take all the scary clown off of retrogrades, whether it's Mercury or whatever, and just look at it as take a pause, take a breath, time to review thus far. So when it comes to what you're putting your faith into, or the relationship, business or personal, that you're wanting to see grow into something more in your life, Jupiter is all about more. So if you want to, even though you're attached, Taurus, to where you live, Taurus, Jupiter now retrograding is saying, okay, without any shock and awe, let's really look at how happy you are right there. It's a big planet, people. It's a big planet. So don't be surprised if there aren't things that start to give you options to do with who's living with you, where you're living, how you can expand it. Leo's all about the big picture and thinking larger, living larger. And I'm not talking about just cash. I'm talking about get the bigger picture. Look at how you're limiting you, that you couldn't have all that beachfront or that mountain spot that's so perfect for you, or out in the desert if that suits your fancy. So it's got to do with starting your meditations and your prayers with, if I were just to fantasize about my pasture, Taurus, where I would love to live, is it, like you say, Joe, I always dreamed of living right on the ocean. Where is it there's another island you talk about living on before you got to Florida. What was it you said? I'd love to be in
Fiji,
blah, blah, blah.
man. Fiji.
Okay, all right. So see, there's something about that Fiji, and you probably haven't even done the research to see when it was incorporated and what zodiac sign it is. So there's something about Fiji being like a magical vortex for you. So in your meditations and like go on the drone websites now and just watch a drone flying all over Fiji. That makes it close to you. We didn't have that 30 years ago.
Well,
now
they have those little straw huts in Fiji with the see-through floors, you know, and you can just wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and jump in the ocean, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so start thanking. Leo's thanking, gratitude. Start thanking. I'm using Joe as an example, audience, but you can pick your own vortex. I mean, I thank these Smoky Mountains all the time because I know the spirits in the mountains, and I'm good with it, and I love the trees. Start thanking Fiji. He's kind of hung up on the F places. Did you notice that, audience? Florida, Fiji.
Florida.
So start thanking Fiji for its magic already being alive in your life, even though you've not yet actually traveled and put your feet on the ground in Fiji. But it talks to you, it sings to you, it's a fantasy, and yet you've looked at the floors where you can see the ocean and all that. So Fiji is saying to you, you're already in love with me, and I'm already in love with you. Call me, I'm answering you. So if I were you, especially at this new moon, I would be spending, although you're working on your website and upgrading all the things for the Patreons and all that, I would be getting pictures of Fiji on that website. My backdrop pictures would be Fiji. Somehow Fiji needs to be married to your website, because just pick a picture of it you like about Fiji and let it come alive. When you see joerupe.com, there's Fiji there. And there can be a beautiful Florida scene there too. Hey, no problem. Florida is a Pisces state. No problemo. Jupiter's going to back up into Pisces. So Florida can, if you're living in a Pisces state or you happen to be living in an Aries state, those right now happen to be vortices of power with the luck planet right now. Now, let me go through the dates real quick. Now, part of where we're kind of going, ugh, and we're fighting some frustration is that Mercury, how we think, how we speak, how we plan, where we get ourselves overcommitted and we get frustrated because we're running out of time, or we procrastinate and we're running out of time. Mercury in the royal sign of Leo is making an opposition to Saturn in Aquarius right now. So that polarity could be working on our thoughts and our speech process right now. Like when you design a whole page and all of a sudden you didn't back it up and it's like, oh God, where did that go? Or you're writing a blog post and you didn't hit draft and it goes away and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I do that stuff all the time.
Oh God. Okay. So, and it's just like, oh, that was a really nice one, and I just spent 2 hours on that, and it went bye-bye into the ether, you know. So you're more tech savvy than I am, Joe. But so I would say to you, right now, with this triple conjunction so strong over July 31st, August 1st, and then the fruit ripening. Even on the medicine wheel, we're in the cycle of the fruit is ripening now. We're coming into the hottest, warmest time of the growing season, all right? So that on the medicine wheel even, we're going into the powerful ripening, not the growing cycle now, it's the ripening cycle of the beets and the fruits and the crops right now. So I'm telling all of you, you have really got to pay attention. Do not get distracted with your Bluetooth or your anxiety or your anger while you are in any kind of a transit mode. If you're taking a flight, if you're driving, if you're walking in the street, get your head out of your phone and watch your surroundings with due diligence, because people that get cray-cray on drugs, or they just had a bad fight with their family or their significant other, and they're going to go blow off that energy, and you don't need to be the target victim for that. You don't need to get embroiled in the fight. You don't need to be the one in their radar. So I want you to be very aware of staying away from rage or sudden or spontaneous anger while in any kind of travel, or we're working with any kind of potentially volatile liquids or explosive type of things, and lightning. I mean, that's Uranus. Uranus is the enlightenment bolts, and I mean, believe me, it's been popping here all day. And look at the wildfires.
And I would say this too for those people that are like, if you're in a place where you have to deal with rage or craziness or whatever, and you feel cornered, don't be cornered. Like,
exactly.
You put your foot down, call the police, whatever, but do not allow it at all.
That's right.
You know. So.
And as I said at the beginning of the show, shield up. You know, put your shields up. Now, it's going to calm down by August the 4th because Mercury's going to move into Virgo. And so, and Mars will still be in Taurus until the 21st of August. And the big thing we got going on from August into November is how Mars is going to retrograde in Gemini. So if you're Geminis, get ready, because your life is going to be in the spotlight, and Mars is going to come up against Neptune in Pisces. But that's next month's show. But I'm just telling you. So I'm trying to tell you what's coming up ahead. On August 11th, as we're coming into the beautiful it's a super full moon of Aquarius over August 11th into the 12th.
Be awesome.
It's going to be beautiful, especially in Florida. It's going to be beautiful. It's the next two full moons for you in Florida in August and September are just fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's going to, especially the Pisces moon in September. Oh my God, that was always my favorite moon in Florida. Okay, so Venus is going to move into Leo. So now we have that part of us that's taking things personal with Venus and Cancer, a little edgy, and, it's like we're thinking about our childhood and our parents and what we got and what we didn't get, and how come our parents still act that way and all that. That's going to leave by the 11th, but still, remember what I told you about the secret of Scorpio right now, that South Node in Scorpio. You absolutely can release decades of debilitating psychological patterns or haunting things in your psyche to do with abuses or abandonment or rejection that went on in your childhood. I mean, you can really just snip it and be done with it, just like when they finally cut the umbilical cord, or you finally graduate your high school or your college. It's just like, I'm done with that.
So what you should do is get a reading from Mary to find it, maybe. And then get my meditations on the art of relaxation. Yeah. I have a meditation on how to let trauma go and how to find it in your body. You can let it go.
Yeah. It's so important, because I'm telling you, to his point, psychics and intuitives, when you've done your Reiki mastership, when you're doing these meditations, it kind of, anything that's trying to block your energy, an energy sensitive can say, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. There's just a little bit of I got a key for you here, and it's not me. It's not that I'm better than you, but I see it, and all you got to do is just unlock that, and that door won't be closed to you, or that vault won't be closed to you anymore. So there are teachers and people and procedures and practices that you can do that, you can lead the horse to water. So we can lead you to the water, but you're going to have to take the drink. But it's kind of nice when you're lost in the woods or out in the desert when somebody says, oh, no, I've lived here for decades. Listen, there's water right over here. Oh, hi, how are you? I can help you with that flat tire. That's us. That's the people that can come in and say, look, your spirit brought these teachers and these people and these potentialities to you. You want a drink or not? Or you want your soul and your mind to still stay thirsty? Are you stuck in it, Taurus?
Yeah.
Are you stuck in the Taurus zone of like, well, I get frustrated, and then I get people to feel sorry for me, or I go rant and rave, or I go shop, or I get into the same fight with my spouse or my same fight with my lover, whatever. You're stuck. You're stuck. So Leo comes along to say to you, hey, you know what? Here's a little secret for you. Here's a psychological bonus plan. It's not going to cost you anything except your effort and your energy commitment. Want to get unstuck? Look at it. Just look at it. Look at it a different way. The light is here. Will you reject it or will you take its hand?
Just
That's
look
what's
at
going on with that.
Would you just look at it?
I love that skit on Saturday Night Live. Oh, my God, that was one of my favorites. Take a look at yourself.
It's truly amazing to me, though, how hard some simple things are for certain signs, and then it's like almost impossible. And for other signs, they're like, I don't understand. Like, that's like breathing to me. I don't know why you can't do that. Yeah. Well, because we get attached. In Psychology 101, they call it someone is too attached, Taurus, too attached to the outcome. Like they can't see the forest for the trees kind of a thing. You know, it's like they're too attached to what's right in front of them to see the long-range picture. And Leo and Aquarius right now, that axis is the way out of where we're stuck in our Taurus and our Scorpio houses. So find those 4 houses. The lead light, you know, like the opening of the door is the Leo. Leo is always resplendent light. It's always light on the darkness. That's what it is, okay? And Taurus is like where we got ourselves locked down, locked up, or locked away because it's that secret garden. It's our room that we can go hide in when we're little kids. Like, I'm going to go to my room. You know, it's even your parents. Go to your room. So as a little kid, you're just like, I'm going to go find my place in the woods, or out, you know, or I'm going to go with my dog, or it's my room and I can go. It's like our repose, the hermit's repose. And so when you think about Taurus and you think about that energy, even in the tarot, it's tradition, and it's like the Hierophant, you know, and it's like, where do we go when we feel like the light luster is not there? You know, do you go to Judaism? Do you go to the medicine wheel? Do you go to ritual? Do you go to Catholicism? Do you go talk to the priest, or do you go dance? Or what is it that you do? Do you go to nature? Where is it that your soul, you and your soul, find protected comfort? That's the best part of Taurus. Like, where's my heavenly pasture on earth? Where is that for me? For a lot of people, it's the ocean. For other people, it's the sunset. For other people, it's music. You know, so what is it? What is it that can bring you out of it? Some people go play the guitar, and that's their open-eyed meditation. Nothing wrong with that. For other people, it's hiking, you know? So that's what this is saying to you. So we have the rising of the star Sirius right now at the end of July, and then the Lion's Portal. There's all kinds of stuff on that out there on the internet of the 8-8, the Lion's Portal. When you look at the number 8, just turn it on its side, and that's your infinity symbol. That's the cosmic lemniscate that shows up on the Magician and on the Strength card. So it's got to do with what goes out comes back to either bless us or curse us by our own design. So we're being put on notice with a spotlight. Leo is what is wanting to be illuminated and spotlighted in your life right now. So find and celebrate the uniqueness of the light, the lantern that you are, the lover that you are, the kind person that you are. You've got to bring that out more now rather than, well, I gave and gave and gave, and, you know, they just crapped on me. Well, maybe you were giving with a string attached. I'll give you this if you'll kiss me. I'll give you this if you'll be loyal to me. I'll give you this if you'll give me that job position. That's called a string attached. Or if you'll just stay around, don't desert me, I'll give you this or whatever. Right.
You go to work, you do your job, you do it really good. You're not doing it with a string attached. If they don't see who you are, then you move on.
Exactly. You said that.
If somebody takes advantage of you, they don't get me anymore. That's the way it is. But Leo is about, do you know your own self-worth right now?
Right.
I know we're running out of time, so I have to do the signs real quick. You want to take a break? Or do you want
we should take a break and then do the signs and then take callers. Okay. But I think what you just said is something that I've been running into in my whole life. Like, so there's so many programs out there, not just your childhood or your past relationships or society. Right. There's so many things out there trying to tell you why you're not good enough. And the reason why you're frustrated is because deep inside you know that you are. You don't have to. You know that you're okay? You know that. You don't, like, all you got to do is be yourself. And the people that you're so afraid of leaving or situations or whatever, like, they're not going to go anywhere. They're not. And if they do, they're not meant for you.
What's by divine design, you couldn't chase it off. You couldn't chase it off. because
That's right.
Nobody's ever really going to fall in love with us genuinely, authentically, unless we really love ourselves, number one. And I'm not saying that means I'm perfect and I'm never going to change anything. I have to work on myself all the time, and that's something I enjoy doing. It's like, that doesn't serve your higher good, Mary. Divorce that. So start looking at the word divorce, not just in, or divorce or death, not just in, oh my God, I'll be hurt by that for the rest of my life. No, you won't. Maybe it already served its purpose, and it's not a failure. Maybe it's a graduation.
Yeah, divorce from the idea that you're not, that you're just not an awesome individual the way you are, and you're worth everything your heart desires.
Absolutely. And why are you settling for less? That's the shadow of Taurus. Why are you allowing yourself to settle for less?
Exactly. All right, so when we come back, we'll do the signs, and we'll take phone callers and do some readings.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back with Mary Dusina. Stay with us right here on the Fringe FM. All right, 1-800-588-0335 is the call-in number. We're going to go through the signs here with Mary Dusina, and once we get done with the signs, you can get a free reading live on the air. These things always blow people away. It's crazy. But if you want the full number, you need to go to marydusina.com, MARYDUSINA, marydusina.com. We've been doing this for years, and before I found Mary, I got to tell you, I had tons of psychics on this radio broadcast, and when I found the real deal, I held on to it as tight as I could, and Mary has always been a blessing to this broadcast, so take advantage. Take advantage. All right. Take it away, Mary.
First off, I would be amiss if I didn't say, and I know Joe will join me on this, happy birthday, Leo. Happy, happy, happy Leo Solar New Year. Don't do a show about Leo without wishing Leo a happy birthday, so forgive me. I just corrected myself. But I'm going to start with Aries, because for people that are beginner and intermediate in astrology, it's easier for them once they learn the order of Aries being number one and Pisces being the 12th sign to go through that type of organized approach. So if you're an Aries, the Leo new moon lunation, the sun and moon in Leo is lighting up your fifth house. That's very, very favorable and lucky for the fire sign of Aries, because Leo is fire, Sagittarius is fire, and Aries is fire. But Aries has it in the Leo house. Leo's the fifth sign. This new moon is happening for Aries in the fifth house, because Aries begins the zodiac. So it's a new game. It's a new audience. It's a new fortified, personal, artistic. Your star is strong. The Taurus square is helping you be bolder about your brand, about your skills, about your uniqueness. There's new financial options that are going to be coming by the next new moon that we get into Virgo over the 26th and 27th, that going into that weekend of August. So you're going to see the results of your labors. You're going to see the results of your efforts. But right now, Aries, keep people laughing, keep your spirit up, like help other people laugh. When you're dealing with fire signs, be encouraging, help bring other people a little light in the room. Everybody's going through something right now, and most people are, one of their forms of escapism is they're turning off the news. It's just like, I don't want to see it on the internet. We're doing this little, it's not denial, it's just like enough. Enough. I'm not getting into your fear stuff anymore. So Aries can be one of those, Aries and Leo right now can be one of those beacons, the torch of hope, and let me help you light the way. This is what I do. This is my style of doing this, and I'd like to help you light. Let me help you put a little light on your darkness, whatever that is. You might hire an Aries to put new gravel on your driveway. It might be you hire an Aries veterinarian, but I'm just saying right now Aries has more of the mojo, motivation, and the acumen and the ability to get past the muckety-muck and the fear porn and everything that's going on out there, because Aries has got that stealth mode, like you just said earlier. When you encounter someone's hostility, don't allow yourself to get cornered. So it's kind of like a martial arts stealthy kind of thing. I mean, I kind of put martial arts physically and mentally and Reiki in the same category. It's just like, the Tai Chi, the Reiki, and the martial arts. This is like, you got good game. You got good game.
You can't corner a ram.
Yeah.
You try.
Yeah, that's right. Aries is the luckiest right now. Even though Leos are having their birthday, Aries has got the lucky charm with it. If you're a Taurus, it's a fourth house vibration. So the Leo fire, think about the fire. The fireplace is lit. So the fireplace for Taurus is burning in their hearth, in their traditions. How are the home fires burning? Are they dusty? Do the ashes need to be taken out? So it's the closest allies in your family and your tribe, the developments at home. If home is filled with turmoil and home is filled with, or the outer world seems to be getting to you, as a Taurus and this lighting up your fourth house, get your home affairs in order, and if there's tension in your home, you need to focus on that and correct that. Because the Taurus sign right now has got that triple conjunction. And the fourth house, you won't find this in most astrology books or PDFs, but the fourth house is the home of the soul. So in our natal chart,
that's where the sun and the moon is on my chart too right now. In that,
well, and
fourth.
Here's the thing about our natal chart. A lot of textbook astrology or technical astrology will talk about, people say, the eighth house, that's about sexuality and mystery and the paranormal and my death. No, it didn't. The fourth house is the signature of the second and the final chapters of our life, the fourth house. Go find that in the book. You won't. So I'm going to write mine. So the fourth house has a lot to do with the soul signature and what it's aiming for. It's the fourth house, so it has to do with the Mother Earth, how you mother yourself. So for Taurus right now, this is a very intense cycle for them to look at, how's your home life going? Who's living in your house? Are you happy in your house? And where's your secret garden in your home base? And it might be the yard, it might be your motorcycle that you get out of the garage that you've not ridden for a while. Be careful over the 31st into August 4th, be careful. So no road rage allowed. So with Taurus right now, you're kind of stepping out of the limelight. It's not a limelight time for you. It's take care of your closest, most intimate affairs.
And look, here's the thing, too. I love, as an Aries, I love the Taurus energy. I love it, love it. So I grew up around it. Here's the thing. If you're worried about change, remember just how awesome you are at making things come to you because of the homey feeling that you put off. You can change everything.
That's what Taurus people can give people. Yeah. I mean, Taurus can be the most patient sign out of all 12. Taurus can be the one that say, I got you. I mean, when they're your friend, unless they've really had wonky things go on psychically or psychologically, they're an addict at that time. Taurus can really be a pillar of a foundation in your life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Taurus they've got an unusual perspective, and once they fixate on something, they can be extremely skillful and helpful in helping you navigate out of a particular puzzle in your life.
Yeah.
If you're a Gemini, it's a third house thing, so it's everything to do for you, Gemini, in the power of your word, the power of the spoken word. It could be the written word. You're going to be making some bold decisions. And I do feel for Geminis, they're going to be called upon to be the teacher for needed lessons of people that are orbiting around you. So there's something about how you say what you say. And, sometimes we tend to forget this, but sometimes it's what we don't say, or maybe how we look at someone when they think they know us and they've got us all figured out, instead of us answering them with anger or answering them with the same way we tend to with our personality characteristics, just to look at them. And sometimes we say more by withholding words and looking at them and just letting them feel our presence. Just letting them, or sometimes instead of they're thinking we're going to give them about 5 paragraphs of words, or as teenagers would say, I'm going to give you a lecture now. Instead, you just look at them and say, you okay? I remember one time, my Sagittarian father, I was busy just out, I get busy in nature when I'm in the deep thinking. I'm out there pulling these weeds and rearranging the flowers. And my father walked up to me and he said, I got one thing to say to you. I was in a relationship he wasn't too fond of, and I said, okay. And he said, I'm tired of seeing my daughter not look happy. That's all. And he walked off. Of course, that was it. That made me go into a whole alchemical process about what the hell's he, so, and it because of that being my seed of life, this lifetime, it made me check myself. He wasn't judging me. He was simply making a statement as the seed being that brought me into this incarnation. That's who Spirit chose to be the seed bearer of my life. And so I looked at that, and I'm like Joe said, take a look at yourself. Because that's all he said. I'm tired of seeing my daughter not look happy. You were born happy. You're a happy person. You instill happiness in other people. I'm tired of seeing you not look happy. So there's all kinds of things that orbited around that. And it actually helped me dissect myself and look at my perspective of what I was allowing in a relationship, how I was kind of suffering in silence just to try to, well, I won't do this or I won't care about that. Or maybe I just need to give more, like we do. Yeah, okay. So for Gemini, right now, it's the power in conversation, the dynamic in communing with someone isn't always just words. It isn't always just words. Sometimes the power of your presence and the look, or, maybe the way we tilt our head, or just 2 words. You okay? You okay? Everything okay? Sometimes less words can be more supportive and more empowering for someone. So that's Gemini right now. If you're a Cancer, it's your 2nd house. Venus is still in your sign. But right now, if you're a Cancerian moonchild, you're thinking about budgets and you're thinking about what are the core foundational beginnings for expansive living. You need to lean more into your talents, your hobbies, things that you like to craft. Cancers have this really unique attention to detail quality about them. It's just amazing. So it's time to seek and seed some of the things that you're truly interested in, or that you really feel like that you go a little more boldly, a little more fresh. Like one of my Cancerian clients is like an incredible quilter, which is a skill that I don't have. And so they stepped it up by becoming president of the Quilting Guild, and I'm just like, what is that? And they have to coordinate everybody making the quilts, and then they have a show in the mountains and all this kind of stuff. And it's like a lot of work, but it's not a world I live in, so it's not a world I visit. I went one time to a quilt show, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is so alien to me. This is so not my world, but it's fascinating. And I had to say, as my mama used to say, I had no idea. I mean, I truly had no idea what that world was like, So, but the Cancerians and Taurus are more of those like they save the recipe, they check the receipts, they know exactly what they've got in their pocket. I mean, they count their money, they know the change. I tossed it in the box, or I put it in the car side doors, change. Oh, there's a quarter, there's 50 cents. But I mean, they know. So that's that kind of, they know about where they're how they can get access to money, or how they can get access to solve something in the material world.
Yeah.
If you're a Leo, it's your birthday, party hard.
Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. Yeah. So the spotlight and the stage is all yours. Now, are you going to show up ready? Did you audition? Did you practice? Are you okay with yourself? Because half of a good performance is if you're okay with yourself, because there's not going to be a victory if you don't have the audition or the performance. Yeah. No race is won. There's no victor if there wasn't something to enter and compete for in the first place. So
can't win Leo if you don't show up.
Well, yeah. So yeah, show up ready. Show up ready to do the game. If the odds are for you, they're for you, but show up prepared to do it. But with Leo, people make a mistake about Leo. They assume when they read about astrology, they assume that people with a lot of Leo, or people that have a strong presence of Leo, they automatically come in really confident and sure of themselves, and nothing could be further from the truth. Leos come in this lifetime as a Leo in an incarnation to learn how to trust self-confidence. They have to build self-confidence.
Yeah, I know a couple Leo moons and Leo risings that are far from confident. They're so self-conscious. Right. It's crazy.
It's right. And so people look at them like they're snobby, or like they're conceited, but they're really trying to hide being insecure, but they project sometimes they project that they think they're better than them or whatever, but that's not. They're really,
it's all their stuff.
They're fighting some internal anxieties. So with Leo right now, things are beginning. Don't think about finishing the race. Think about starting the race or practicing your performance. If you're Virgo, this is your embryonic, most tender time of the year. So those of you that have Virgo birthdays, this is the womb. This is the final month in your psychic and psychological womb, because your solar return, your birthday, is your start of your solar new year. So this is not a spotlight time for Virgo either. No. It's not a spotlight time for you, Virgo. Your time comes once we get to like the 22nd, 23rd of August. But right now, you need to rest. You need to restore. You are setting yourself up for potential anxiety or exhaustion, and that's when accidents happen, when we're pushing ourselves too hard with too many projects, trying to be a people pleaser, or we're anxious with ourselves, and it's like, well, I got to get this done. If I don't do it, it's not going to happen. And then all of a sudden, that accident or that problem comes up to where Spirit sits your ass down and says, well, now you'll rest. Or now you won't do it. Or whatever, the car problems or whatever. It's just like, you ain't going anywhere today. I told you to sit down. So I'll tell you this, Virgo. Virgos and Pisces are the best students right now for revelations to do with your dream work, your meditations, and Mother Nature sending you signs, big time. I mean, it could even be a cloud shape that you see, and it's like, oh, my God, I was just looking at the sky. That cloud looks just like that, you know. So there's a lot of signs and wonders around the sign of Virgo right now. Second to that would be Pisces. If you're a Libra, it's your 11th house as we go over the next 3 to 4 weeks. So Leo and Libra, they both begin with an L. They're very compatible with each other. It's your 11th house, so it's your tribe, it's your social networking. It's time for you to sparkle and shine with some new social connections. You need to aim your arrows at new social venues. Get out and visit brand new cafes or bookstores or close by little towns and villages, and you need to seek new allies. And you don't have to kick the old to the curb, I'm not saying that, but you need to like freshen your game, Libra. I mean, you need to kind of expand. Libras are kind of like the host and hostess of the zodiac, you know, so they kind of, to a lesser extent than Leo, they kind of thrive on admiration and compliment. So you can't get that if you don't get out there. So a lot of us are emerging from the 2020 plague of socialism, you know, the plague of being able to be socially creative and not be guilted by that. So with Libra right now, they really need to get out, you know, talk to people on the beach, go hiking in the mountains. Go to
I need to do that.
Yeah, get out there. Just get out there, because and get out there without expectation. Again, Leo is about get other people to laugh, you know, just kind of look at them and say, well, you look good in that shirt. You know, I mean, you don't have to be a Leo to give compliments. You know, I mean, I'll be walking down the street and I'll see somebody and I'm like, that is really a good color on you. And I'm just passing them. I don't need to sit there and get the feedback, well, that is really a good look on you. And they go, and I've already gone past them. They're like, thank you. You know, you can tell that I mean, I don't say it unless I mean it, so I know I project that. But I'm just like, that's a good look for you. And I'm walking. I don't need anything back from them or anything. And they're just like, thank you. I needed that today. I don't care. I'm not invested in I'm not attached to the outcome. So if you're a Libra, it's social. It's social. It's your 11th house. And the 11th house is also, think about it, it's a natural house of Aquarius. So it's also about your uniqueness, your divine, unique signature. Work on that. And that, of course, will come to you in your meditations and your dreams. If you're a Scorpio, top of the chart. Leo's the top of the chart. So the spotlight is on the stars, and the great star, our sun, and the Milky Way is lighting up, illuminating your rightful space in your profession with your skill set. So it's your vocation, it's your life's direction. Go for the gold, up level, you're showcasing your acquired skills. I mean, this is not a month that Scorpio is going to be able to show up and do 40% of anything. Come to the table ready. Come to the table over-prepared. So that
effort.
the energy and the effort. That's all I need to say for Scorpio. Now, I will say for some Scorpios, if you're younger, this could have to do with the patriarch of the family. It's interesting. I'm a Scorpion. I told the story about my father, and he's now in spirit. So, but there's something about the jewels and the treasures, no matter what gender you are, that you got from the father's side of the family. And I'm not talking about the less than. I'm not talking about the lessons or the problems that you have with your dad. The good stuff. The good stuff about that. Everybody has some good stuff and maybe some hard stuff, but the good stuff that was the result of your interaction with the story of your father, if you didn't know him, or the good qualities that people said of the father. And everybody has that, even if they screwed up in life for certain episodes. If you're a Sagittarius, 9th house, baby, travel, vision quest, frontiers of both your spiritual vision quest, the spiritual greatness, the calling of your soul. Keep your focus on strengthening the soul. I will say on the material world, on the mundane level, clear up any pending legal issues. If you're a Sag, check into that. Whether you're ready to act on something legally or not, go get that consultation with the attorney. Get yourself educated on legal things if you're a Sag. If you're a Capricorn, it's 8th house, so I got to say all that glitters is not gold. So I want to say to Capricorn, there's some caution flags out involving financial offers or loans, lines of credit. They're all under a little bit of caution flags until we get these bumpy planetary interactions taking place, because we've got this conjunction with Taurus, which favors Capricorn. I mean, this triple conjunction of Taurus favors Capricorn, but sometimes when there's a trine or that 120-degree angle and it's really favorable, sometimes it's easy for people to dupe you or talk you into things because you're feeling good, you got your jive on, you got a little extra money, and somebody senses that and says, yo, why don't you invest in me? So all I'm going to say is do your research. Do your research. Don't throw the caution to the wind about researching, or is what they're professing to sell really a legitimate thing? And something came to me psychically for Capricorn. There's going to be some type of a death experience or something through a dream that's a type of a revelatory truth. There's something about like what you find out about somebody that died, or you go through some type of death experience with someone that you care about and you're supporting them through that, or somehow there's going to be something about an ending, and also maybe even someone that is in the great beyond, that you're not asking for this, but they just show up, and there's something in the dream or the meditation from one of your ancestors or your elders, and you're just like, whoa, did that clear something up and rejuvenate me spiritually? So it was really strong around Capricorn, and that wasn't in the astrological aspects. It just flew in. If you're an Aquarius, Leo is your balance sign. It's all about your significant other, your SO. This is an intricate, spicy, intriguing time for Aquarius to have meetups and pairings that are going to have a soul-level kiss to it. There's epiphanies emotionally. I just see that for Aquarius. I mean, Aquarius is the easiest sign to walk away when you've got an Aquarius moon rising or sun sign. When you guys get crazy, you're crazier than a Scorpio. But it's
what
true.
about Venus?
But I think Venus in Aquarius is very forgiving. I feel that Venus in Aquarius kind of accepts the cray-cray. And other people, they're not afraid of somebody's vulnerability or exuberance, and they're able to detach emotionally and say to them, what's really going on?
Yeah. All right.
What's really going on with you? So with Aquarius, I'm liking, it's been a long time, I'm liking what I'm seeing with the Aquarius spices out there in the zodiac. I'm just seeing big reveals that have to do with what used to be a family secret or what used to be one of those things, and I know you know this one, Joe, we don't talk about that. Yeah, that's what they say in the South when something's gone. We don't talk about that.
Don't bring that up anymore.
Yeah, they'll take that to their grave. There's no need to talk about that. That's in the past. No, it's still affecting these people. No, we ain't going to talk about that. So you get that Southern drawl denials, what you get. I don't know how you Northerners deal with it, but that's the way it is. Maybe it's just, the Italian thing, la fangou, kind of a thing up north. But, in the South, they're kind of like, they'll put a stomp on you trying to resolve something if they've already buried it.
Yeah.
And the final sign, Pisces, last but not least, it's the 6th house for you. Like Virgo being in the 12th house. With Pisces, the 6th house is about the service. Now, Pisces and Virgo are service-oriented healer signs anyway. You've come here for a mission to help rehabilitate both yourself, not to be addicted yourself, and then to help others less fortunate than you. Sorry if you think that sucks, but that's why you incarnated as a Virgo or a Pisces strong in your chart. And the moment you keep trying to put the spotlight on you, Pisces, things go wonky, because your benefits this lifetime come from you helping others rise up. Then you're going to get the gravy train. So, Pisces, what unique gifts underneath the surface, it's the ocean, it's Pisces, do you have in the oceans of your emotions that you can offer in this world? So you need to bring your secret sauce and your brilliance recipe out into the public domain. You need to advertise your creative light. You need to invest in yourself. You need to upgrade your website maybe. You need to offer special discounts or do something in the marketing. It's not going to work for a Pisces to go, but I'm worried about the money. How am I going to bring in the money? That's not going to work for you, Pisces. The moment a Pisces gets greedy and focused on the money-hungry aspect of it, everything will start to collapse in their world. I've seen it with so many of my Pisces clients that you cannot do it. It's just not what's in the stars for coming in this lifetime as a Pisces of the 12th house. You've got to focus on, the spiritual leaders. Roy Eugene Davis was a great Pisces meditation teacher. Edgar Cayce. I mean, you physical rehab people that I've met that are Virgos or Pisces, their star shines and they get the money and they get the clients and the business thrives when they keep the focus on, I can help you with that. Let me help you with that. That's the Pisces thing. So I think we've really covered the signs.
All right. So we're going to take the phone calls.
I'm ready to play.
Take the phone calls. We have 4 lines. One of them is currently open. It's 1-800-588-0335. We've got 30 minutes. You guys know how Mary does this. So if you want to get in on this, get in on it now. All right? So you've been warned. Let's see. Let me get my gadgets up here.
You've been warned that you're about to be gifted. Assume the position.
Assume the position. I'm not going to say nothing about that.
I know it. Remember that one song, Joe? Are you ready for this?
Yeah. All right.
Leo's humor. Got to lighten up.
Line 1620 area code. You're on the air. Who are we speaking with?
Hi, Mary. Hi, Joe. This is Ashley from down in Corpus. How are you guys tonight?
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. It's been a while. It's been a minute, hasn't it?
It has.
Your voice has a nice melodic ring to it. Are things well with you? It certainly sounds like it in your voice signature.
Yes, I just put my little one to sleep, so just enjoying the new mom life. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Leo is the inner child as well as little babies. The vulnerability and the everything that gets force-fed to us. I know you know this now, Ashley. Everything that gets force-fed to us when we think we are ready to be a parent, and then all of a sudden it's like, damn, I'm not getting much sleep, or whoa, this is intense, and wow, was I ever really this vulnerable and this tender? I really want to do this right. And you can get exhausted as a mama or a daddy when you're going through that phase, because it's just like, wow, I don't know if I'll ever blame my mom or my dad again. This is intense. Is like...
How's the beaches down there at Corpus Christi? I'm just curious.
They're nice. They're not as nice as Florida, but they're pretty decent.
All right, Joe. She told you.
Well,
All
like
right,
Texas.
Ashley. Do you have a? I've liked Texas every time I've gone there. Ashley, you've got some decisions in front of you. You're doing some kind of leap of faith, because the card that came out for you is the very loyal animal totem of the dog, following in the footsteps of its beloved master. So, and the master is looking up to the heavens with a white rose of purity on the precipice of the cliff. Like, you know what? I'm going to do the leap of faith. I know this looks like the edge of a high mountain, but you know what? Me and my shadow. I'm going to do this leap of faith. So there's something about the great EYE of the I am that's saying to you, it's all going to be okay. It always has been okay. You need to stop judging or being a little too harsh on yourself or a little bit too impatient with yourself. And I don't feel that with you and the little one. I don't feel like you're impatient with the little one. I feel like that some of those old insecurities might be trying to creep in that you do with you. I don't see it coming from a lover. I don't see it coming from the child. I feel like that, like we were talking about with Taurus, if you were able to hear the first part of it, you got to break up with how
the self-talk.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. You got to break up with that. You got to break up with that. It feels like it's like you've had this joy and you've manifested love and you've manifested an actual physical living signature of your coming together with someone, and so the darkness has no place to come pester you. Do you know that?
Yeah, it seems like it's the only thing that has been coming up is just inner work that I thought I kind of have worked through, but it's just with everything going on, it's definitely creeping up. Like, am I good enough? Where am I going? Like, trying to find me again within
Well,
this
think
whole
about
realm.
all of the hell that you've already overcome in your life, and then once you realize that you've already done this before, those voices don't have a place. They really don't.
Yeah.
And the balance to Leo right now is the Star card. So just go online and look at the Strength card, the Six of Wands, and the Star card. Go look at those. Look at the 17th card and the Strength card, and look at the Six of Wands, because that's a visual, just a visual, like a dream image. It's a visual of what's really orbiting around us for potentiality this month. And so, and there's an old-fashioned thing we say in the South, rebuke it. Just rebuke that. I love that rebuke. Sounds like puke. Just rebuke, any of the former temptations that were trying to steal your light. The darkness tries to steal your light. It tries to infect your light. So you are the master alchemist, and you can say, "Be gone. You have no power here."
Yeah.
No.
It always will too, doesn't it? I think we get this idea that we're going to go into this like Urantia of happiness and everything, and the adversary never shows up again, but it's always there to bug you.
Yeah, that's a false flag.
Yeah.
Well, because we're on Earth. We're on Earth to fortify our soul, as well as being multidimensional frequencies. And so if the darkness sees that Ashley's improving, Joe's improving, Mary, your audience people are improving, even though they're going through some challenges, the darkness goes, damn it. They're thriving in spite of it all. They're not just surviving, they're thriving. And, oh, damn it, look, they inspired those people in the store, and, and they did a great broadcast, and they did some really good stuff in meditation. We got to throw them a monkey wrench. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I rebuke you, uninvited influences. Yep, okay, I rebuke you. Be gone, you have no power. Sometimes the spoken word, you're driving in your car, you're in the shower, I now rebuke any and all uninvited or deleterious energies. Be gone, for you have no power here. Amen.
Well.
Aho. It doesn't hurt to do that.
Thank you, guys.
Because your subconscious is recording everything. So when we declare, when we affirm and put our emotional fire into it, it purges and burns the darkness that's trying to sneak in. You turn in your face, like Joe said, don't get cornered. You turn and you face it. Yo, you have no power here. I rebuke you. Be gone.
Yeah.
Now. Glory.
That helps, Ashley.
I'm proud of you, Ashley,
yes,
and I'm glad to hear you laugh. I'm going to say this to you. Don't do that to yourself. You're more than that.
Yeah.
I want to keep hearing Ashley laugh. I want to keep hearing that little melodic voice of Ashley's. Thank you for calling, honey.
Oh, thank you guys always.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. You have a good night.
She's
Ashley,
such a loyal audience. Ashley's loyal.
Man, the phone call just look it. You guys got to keep calling. You're not going to squeeze in there. 740 area code. You're on the air. Who are you speaking with? 7. I'm reading this right. 740 area code. You're on the air. I'm gonna going once, going twice. Be gone. All right.
They have the lover's card. So
540 area code. You're on the air. Who are we speaking with? 540.
Yeah, Joe, it's Mike in Virginia. Hi, Mary. Thank you all for being here. Quick question.
Yes,
I'm Aquarius, and I have Leo rising.
Nice.
And I'm 67, so I don't really have much to do with relationships, but I'm just kind of wondering how that's going to play out.
The Taurus is, since you've got the Leo and the Aquarius, Mike, the Taurus is the real focus of what's going on. So you've already got the energetic signature and the nice frequencies of the fire and the air, and the Taurus is saying to you, Mama Nature and different places that you're actually driving or walking your body into It's where you're going to have more of the magical manifestations. So I feel like it's like you just think you're going to get a cheeseburger, or you just think you're going to get a salad, and all of a sudden you strike up this fascinating conversation with. It's like in the psychic chessboard of life. It's like your ancestors and your higher spirits, like, let's get Mike to go into there over there, and let's get him to go to Publix, or let's get him to go over here to this place, and then we're going to put that person right there so they interact. So I feel like it's going to be like face-to-face and kind of like conversational communion that's going to be coming up for you, because the Leo is always where the light makes itself known. And the Aquarius full moon that's coming up on the 11th and 12th of this month is going to be a further purging and a clearing of wherever you have deemed that there's been some pesky little blockages. So I feel like you're actually getting rid of the blockages. That's how I see it playing out.
What happened? I guess he fell off.
I don't know.
Well,
I got the message.
He got the message.
And plus, it's on the replay. It'll be on the replay. You know,
yeah, well,
if you get disconnected, you're reading. I'll just keep going, and you'll still get to hear.
Oh, Mike will hear it. He calls in all the. He's a good follower of this show, so he'll hear it. Do your thing, man. 507 area code. You're on the air. Who are we speaking with? 507.
Hey, this is Nick from Colorado.
Nick from Colorado. I don't recognize your voice. The first-time caller? No? Yeah? Maybe?
I'm also known as Stunkcock.
Stunkcock. What's up, brother? All right.
How's it going?
This is a good guy right here.
Thanks, everybody, for doing this for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
you're
problem.
You're living in a Leo state. I have some of the states memorized, and Colorado is a Leo state. And you got the Eight of Wands, and you may have a question, but I just want to tell you that, to me, when the Eight of Wands comes up, the infinity of fire, the Eight of Wands, it has to do with something very harmonious coming right into your life, like the wands are landing. And most people don't notice on the Eight of Wands that the totem, the creature totem for the wands is the salamander, the lizard, and he's actually riding on the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth wand down. The salamander is actually like riding it like a surfboard coming into the earth. So the fire,
element of fire,
a manifestation, and the salamander and the lizard is coming along with it to say, oh, good, our next adventure's door just opened. So there's something about exploration, adventure, something that's going to stir up the creative juices in you. Are you starting something new?
Thinking about it?
Yeah, I just had a job interview the other week, and I told them I could actually, when they were asking when I could start, I told them it would be August 8th because it would be 8/8/22.
And he got the Eight of Wands, and I was just going to say, it looks like it's going to be the 8th month of this year because you got the Eight of Fire, and that's August. And you just said 8/8. That's the Lion's Portal. There's going to be a whole lot more majesty to this than what originally met the eye.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that comes into our life. Yeah, anything that comes into our life, or that someone we meet, interact with, or we start on 8/8 is a big deal. Much bigger than we may foresee at that actual time. It's got some nice roots to it. Let's put it that way. It'll spiral out.
I had a good feeling about 8/8.
Listen, brother, I've never went through the Lion's Gate, not once, and something cool didn't happen. It usually happens.
Oh, good.
It's intense. That's for sure.
Supposed to be
well, congratulations.
Decent job, so yeah.
Oh, but you know what? You deserve it. You deserve it.
Yeah, you do.
I can feel it. You deserve it. You give a lot. You give a lot, and you're in a Leo state. You're actually in the 8 energy of Leo too. So look at that. So congratulations. Please call us back and let us know about some of the other spokes of the wheel that start opening up for you, since you're our caller that's going to do something new and adventurous, as I said, on 8/8.
All right. I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord.
Yeah.
Right on, brother. Thanks for calling.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Bless you.
He's cool. He's been listening to the show quite a bit. He's got LTV's back. I know that.
Good.
707
That's
area
nice.
code. We're going back down the row. 707.
Hey, how are you guys?
Who are we speaking with? Is this Jody?
Hey, this is Jody. It's been a minute, Joe.
What's up, Jody?
Louise.
I recognize your
Not
voice.
much.
Because it's really close to Kat's voice, but it cuts off. It's so close. So that's why I know it's you.
Well, there you go. Blessings to you, Mary. It's been a minute there, too.
I know. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. And
yeah, I've got Libra's my sun sign, and also I've got Venus there. But in Leo, I've got Leo in my moon.
Nice.
In Mars and Jupiter and ascending. So what's going to be going on for moi?
Well, the Ten of Pentacles flew out, so you've got the top numbered card in the Earth suit of the Pentacles, a.k.a. Diamonds. So there's something about an all-encompassing sense of security that's coming around you. Now think about the fact all that Libra, Jupiter in Aries has been urging you to look outside yourself and receive some insights from other people in your world. Now it's retrograding, so you're going to be taking some of the truths you've heard on here, books that you've read. You're going to start to assimilate and process. And the Leo energies, the sun and the moon in Leo, so it's your, did you say you had your moon in Leo? So this is your strongest new moon of the year. So this is about, besides you having the Libra-Leo combination of seeing the gratitude and the thankfulness in all things, even our challenging lessons end up being teachers. You know, I just say to people, try not to make pain or try not to make guilt or shame be your main teachers in life. You know, move off that page and divorce those as the teachers in this life that get your attention the quickest. So with the Ten of Pentacles, it's about the month of October gets involved. Part of Libra's in October, but it's the 10. So that in our calendar month, that's going to be October. And I feel like there's something to do with an inheritance or a gift. God, go buy a scratch-off ticket. You know, go spend the $2 for a couple of scratch-off tickets. You just might, you know, I did it the other day and I won a ticket. Go get a free ticket. And then the other one was like, you win $2. I'm like, I'm just going to get another ticket.
That's up to like $1 billion tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Go get your ticket. Just go buy a scratch-off ticket. But because this is money. This is somehow and I don't see prosperity in my book, in my mystical world. Prosperity isn't just gold or money. That makes it easier to navigate. But prosperity can be, you know, something that haunted us for a long time and it's gone forever. You know, it's just never going to be a problem again. Or, you know, you've waited so long to get the cat or the dog and all of a sudden it comes into your life and you didn't realize what a big missing piece had been in your life, and all of a sudden a different kind of love came into your life. So it's however you define, I feel opulent and I feel so abundantly blessed when blah, 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 fill in the blank, happens in my world. So there's something about you've come into good karma and a treasure trove of blessings coming back to you that you may have given out 30 years ago, 20 years ago. There's something about that good deed that you did that's coming back to return the favor.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be good.
Is. Make sure you call back and let me know.
Yeah, I will. I will definitely do that.
Yeah, do it.
It's been a little bit shaky, so that's good news. Yeah, I don't take my prosperity.
Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, the cards, if you've ever looked at a tarot deck, there's plenty of scary cards, and then there's like the ones that you go, hee-hee, you know, so, you know, like the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, you know, the Ten of Pentacles, those are like yeehaw cards, so you got a yeehaw card.
Ten of Pentacles, yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. So please call us back and let us know.
I will do. Thank you guys so much, and take care.
You're welcome, Jody. Thanks for calling.
Jody.
All right, let's go to line 2. Keep calling. You'll get through if you keep calling. There you go. 530 area code. You're on the air. Who are we speaking with? 530.
Hey.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey. This is Nicole.
Nicole from...
Redding, California.
All right.
California girl.
Yeah.
You got the Pisces.
Mount Shasta.
I will be doing an event there in February, speaking at an event, so you should sign up and come hang out.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I want to get it. That's one of the mountains. That's one of the mountains that I've not traveled to yet. I've always had an affinity for the angelic frequencies of Mount Shasta, so I'm looking forward to hearing about the report back from Mount Shasta, Joe, when you go there, and the people that join you there with that, because that's going to be one heck of a tribal light beam that happens there. You got the Pisces card. You got the High Priestess. And so there's something that's like I always see a perpetual fountain, like all the pretty fountains. Like I remember one of the things that I was awestruck by when I was traveling in Vegas and looking at the different places and the different building designs out there was when I went to the Bellagio. And they had done a computer thing where they set the fountain to any kind of music you wanted. There was classical music playing during the day, and then there was different kind of music venues that played at night, and it was all computer generated, and the water changed colors and all this. And then some of the fountains in Vegas have oil instead of water. And I'm like, damn, this is like a place of fountains here. It's like, this is interesting, So it's kind of like a card. There shall be showers of blessings when you get the High Priestess, but it's the work that you've done within. What people forget when they live in the 3D world or they get caught up in the material world, Taurus, is that they get caught up, or Leo, it's showtime. They forget the fact that it's an inside job and then an externally manifest. What we're looking at, what we're putting our eyes into, what we're focusing on as far as our mood and how we're letting other people trigger us or affect us or bless us. What we're putting our focus and our attention into is the law of attraction, and that's what's going to manifest. So if we're surly, if we're impatient, if we're aggravated all the time, and we snarl and we snap when somebody doesn't get it or appreciate it, or a little slower than us or whatever the case may be, then we're snapping. Yeah. So this has to do with you. I see a teacher coming to you, too. I see an actual, you have a real appreciation for people that help you figure things out. Like you really see that as a big blessing in your life. You don't overlook that.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I appreciate everything in life. I've been through a lot. And, I went through the fire of paradise and everything. And, that's life, though. Everything is temporary in this life. And, definitely.
Okay, Spirit, I got to interrupt you for 1 second. I got to interrupt you for 1 second, honey. Spirit's asking me about, can you accept the fact that the problems that have either been in the female organs or the digestive area, like if I just looked at you and I looked at the navel, can you accept that whatever trauma or whatever difficulties were there are over?
Yes, I'll accept that.
That a girl.
Sure will.
She declared it. Yep. So it's just like they wanted me to tell you that whatever that was going on in there, in the organs and stuff that's in there, that's now done, gone, signed, sealed, delivered.
All right, cool.
Bye.
Yeah.
It just feels like that was part of the trauma thing. Yeah.
Sweet. Call us back. Let us know.
Yep. All right. Yeah, my birthday is this Sunday, July 31st.
Happy birthday.
You got the sun card.
Thank you.
I just pulled it. You got the 19th card. You got the sunflowers, the signature herbal totem, flower totem for Leo. And there's an essential oil that comes from a grass in Haiti called vetiver. Go smell that. Go get some of that, because that will be a way that you can actually smell success. It's called vetiver. And it's a very fragrant. V-E-V, oh God, that deer. There's two V's in it. Oh God, she's gonna, here, wait, I've got it right here, because I've got it out. So it's V-E, V is in Valentine, E, T is in time, I, V is in victory, E, R is in radiance. That I'm Southern, so I'm probably saying it wrong. But it's a very relaxing.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Go get it.
You'll get it.
Back.
All right, y'all have a good night.
You too.
Get it.
Heal, man, heal.
Heal.
All right,
that's from Ernest Angley.
Let's see, line 3 here. We got 216 area code. You're on the air with Mary Dusina. Who are we speaking with?
Hi, Mary and Joe. It's Monica from Cleveland, Ohio.
Monica from Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yes.
We're good.
I want to say how blessed I am to get in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I talked to Mary. I talked to you on my birthday in March.
Cool.
And that was just so enlightening. And I don't know if a Leo is in my moon or anything, but he's in my house. His high energy. I've been married to him for 32 years, and his high energy is a lot.
Being married to a Leo is It's a whole interesting book.
All fire. Listen, all men that are firemen are good to have in the house, even if you can't get them to settle down.
He is.
I still talk.
Is wonderful.
I can talk favorably about my ex Leo. He's a very good man. We parted amicably. He's a light in this world. So I have to agree with Joe about the Aries and the Leo and the Sagittarian males. I mean, they're often manly men. I don't care what society's going through. I appreciate a manly man. And that's right, I said it. So, what's interesting is, Monica, you got the King of Wands, which is the Fire King.
There it is.
And he has the Leo symbol on his throne. And the other card that fell right beside it is the Seven of Cups. So what's been up in the air for you? It's like, are you trying to get him to agree to something, or is he trying to get you?
He's all over the place, or she is.
Yeah. Every day it's one of the two.
Okay, because I feel like that where something's been up in the air, it's coming to earth to manifest. Like I see the decision, I see I keep hearing the word, the opportunity is here.
Okay.
So you just need to embrace it. You just need to, it's not up there out in the air someday, somehow. No.
Go on the adventure. Let the fire take you on an adventure, but also let it be a warm fire. Like how animals come to get warm. You could do both of it. So even the way the kittens will come together when they're getting a little older, they don't always keep laying on the mother cat, just to nurse. They'll snuggle and make like a little yin yang symbol with themselves. How animals will cuddle with their human or with another animal because it's that purr, or the way the dogs will twitch their little legs, when they go into a deep dream type of a thing. That's a way to really watch alchemical magic in the process. And they've already proven, there's already scientific documentation about how a cat's purr can be like the Om, a very healing frequency for people. So there's something about what's going to make you purr, and maybe like your Leo in your house is like the dog, it twitches its legs, and and it's always like, where are you going? Do you have to leave? Can you feed me? Can you just feed me? But I feel like you're like the cat.
We are trying to get more spontaneous. It's been 32 years, so we need to do that more, I think. Maybe
okay, so why don't you sit down with him, because he's the fire. He's the fire. So sit down with him and say, just for the sake of conversation, if I throw out the question of what would you feel like would be a fun, spontaneous adventure or thing that you would like to do, give me your top 3.
God, I would love for a woman to say that to me.
Yep. And I would always say to my Leo husband, I would say, you don't have to answer me right now. And he liked that part. I said, you don't have to answer me right now. I'd just like to gift you, I spelled that G-I-F-T. I'd like to gift you a question, and I don't want you to think you owe me an immediate answer. That's me being controlling. I don't want that. I want to pose a question to you, and it's the weekend, so I want you to, but here's the scorpion. By Tuesday of next week, we're going to sit down again, and I'm going to say what you come up with. But right now it's Thursday night, Friday. You don't have to answer me. You can if you want to, but I have no expectation of that. He loved that. I said, I'd really like you to go out with that, like on a journey, and feel it, think it. Sometimes, Joe, I know you know us.
Just tell him how hot it is when he makes a firm decision on something.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get that. I do. I get that. And he does like it. I mean, he feels like then he can make the decision. But his brain is always going all over the place. But he does love it when,
I mean, as well as I do, because you're the woman, you can still get your way by kind of guiding little verbs and words as he thinks he's getting his way. But just tell him how hot it is when he makes a decision.
It's true, and that is spontaneous.
Oh, I do. I love
Fire
that.
Is spontaneous. Fire is spontaneous. You can hit that lighter that you got at the Dollar Tree or Walmart all you want to, but you can click it 4 times. Sometimes it lights on the first time, even if it's a brand new lighter, and sometimes you have to click that thing a few times before the flame comes on. So say to him, I'm just thinking about the fire between us, and I'd like to ignite that. So I'm going to let you take the lead on that.
Yes, sir.
Now, you can ask me, but I'd like your answer first, and then you can ask me, and I promise I'll answer the same thing for you. But right now, I just want to focus on you.
Well,
what, Leo?
I'm going to do
doesn't want to hear that.
Let us know. Call us back. Tell us how.
I want to know about that.
Oh,
now,
I will. I will.
We're not asking you about the intimate details of it, but I want
why
you
not? Why?
You can tell Joe. You can tell Joe that. What I want to do for the audience benefit.
Nobody will see me.
Yeah, well, I mean, we love a good story.
The audience benefit will be, how did that, because they're listening, and people that will never call the show are listening, how will that work out for this caller that did that little experiment, that little procedure with no nebulous, convoluted agenda involved, to be able to say, listen, we've been together 3 decades, a little bit over, and I'd like to, say to you, if we had something somebody's just been married 10 years, that's a big damn deal question to get answered for them. They can learn by proxy from you.
Yeah, all right, go do it.
I'm calling back. I'm going to let you know.
You better.
Good.
All right.
Good. Joe will want all the details.
See what he comes up with.
Yeah, well, we want to know.
Joe's going to want all the details. I just want to know how the formula works so everybody else can apply
I don't want all the details. Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
Oh, my God. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right,
You're welcome, and you deserve it.
All right, 2 more rapid fire calls, and we got to get out of here. 910 area code. You're on the air. Who are we speaking with? 9.
Namaste. This is Jay.
Jay from where, Jay?
From North Carolina, Wilmington.
All right, cool. North Carolina.
Nice beach. That's a nice area over there. Been there, done that. Do you have a question, or would you like me to take a card?
Go for a card, please.
Okay, because this is the rapid round because we're running out of time. Okay, you have won a battle, but you didn't necessarily consider it a victory yet. There's something that you are still getting untangled from. There's something that you're still analyzing and figuring out. And how did that go down that way? And what do I think about the way that went down? And I feel like that you're going to disengage from a personality or a connection. You're going to be spending less time with one of those personalities, and I feel like that there's another social interaction or a different kind of person that's coming in that you're going to be cleaving closer to. So it's almost like there's been, the way my spirit guides are saying it, there's a changing of the guard. So you won a battle.
Right on.
You won a battle, but it's not a full victory yet, if that makes sense. So that's my guides. I don't question them. I just do what they tell me.
That makes perfect sense.
A lot of sense, huh? Yeah.
It does.
That's what they told me for you. They said, trust the universe. Trust. There was a battle that was won. That's an episode, but the victory's got more layers to it.
Still got to win the war.
Yeah. There's something about there's other layers, and there's lessons in the layers that'll be very beneficial for you. Is kind of the way I'm seeing it.
Awesome.
All right.
It's like you don't know how the blessing is going to happen. Trust that it will happen and keep moving in the direction of the inspiration. That's what they told me.
Your heart fire. Where's your heart fire?
Yep. That's Leo.
Thank you.
That's Leo.
That's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome, brother.
You're welcome.
You have a good night.
You guys have a great evening.
All right, we're going to take one more phone call. I want to know what happens with him, too. I do. I want to know.
Well, they'll call you back.
Let's see, 636. I want to know area code. You're on the air. Who are we speaking with? 636.
Hi, this is Kimberly. Hi, Mary. Hi, Joe.
Kimberly.
I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Nice. Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma.
The Flatlands.
Okay. I'm going to pick a card. It's the rapid fire round. We have to do this. Thank you. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God. Oh, my gosh. Here I'm doing the holy, 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 sanctus, sanctus, and I pulled the judgment card, Archangel Gabriel, with the rising up from where in the South we say they're asleep in Jesus. They don't say that people are dead. They say they're asleep in Jesus or they're asleep in Christ. There is a raising up of consciousness for you. There is the Christian flag on this. Gabriel is sounding the trumpet. Gabriel is of the air and the water vibration. And so there's some kind of big blessing, epiphany, awareness, dream weaving. I mean, it's all there for you. It's like, what do you want to ask? What do you want to ask for? Because obviously, you've got some earned credits in the karmic bank account here because this has got to do with... You got a genie waiting to give
you what you want, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this is like, I love the judgment card. I love it. It creeps people out a lot of times, but I love the judgment card because Gabriel is floating there in the air and there's 7 blasts on the trumpet, and it's just like, it's the trumpet of awakening. It's the trumpet of resurrecting from anything or anyone that ever had you earthbound. It's big medicine.
It's like your higher self saying, I want this, not that. This no more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Can you embrace it? Can you realize that the gift is here?
Yes.
Do you understand
it?
Yes.
You are reaffirming something I heard in my spirit a week ago. So thank you.
That's the holies. I give all the credit to the holies. It's a glory moment. It's a glory moment. Hands are up in the air. Glory,
yes, it is.
glory,
Yes.
glory, hallelujah. Yes. I receive. So claim it. Claim it. We don't just affirm. We don't just declare. You have to say, I receive it.
That's right.
I receive it.
There you go.
There you go. Love it.
Thanks for calling in.
That's a perfect
we got to
thing
go,
for Leo.
but thank you for calling in. I hope call us back. Let us know what happened.
Glory.
Glory.
I love the glory.
It's like the old Baptist church, right? Glory.
Glory. Glory's in the house. Well,
so for all you guys that didn't get through, there's a couple people that were waiting. I'm sorry, but we got to roll out. Mary, final message of this energy, because she's not coming back until we reach the new moon again. So what do these people need to know for the next moon cycle right now?
Okay, August 26th, we're coming back, and it's all about Virgo, and it's all about our states of wellness, the wealth of our wellness, the prosperity of our wellness. So for Leo, I want to say, when's the last time you had a really good belly laugh? If you haven't had one in a while, get it and go give it. This is about uplifting and lighting up the room and letting your presence be that moment. You know, carry the light. You're a vessel. Carry the light. That's the Taurus. And walk this world being a light carrier.
All right, there you go, guys. Make sure you make it to the next Cosmic Conditions right here on Fringe FM. MaryDusina.com, MaryDusina. Get a reading from Mary. Check out my website too, lightingthevoid.com, JoeRupe.com. We got to roll out of here. You guys have a good night and sweet dreams.
God bless you, Joe. Thank you. And thank you for your work.
Oh, you're welcome.